tips for finding your perfect wedding suit.
Hi, welcome back to Bride Society. I'm Rebecca, this is Laura, and we are talking about wedding suits and how to find the perfect suit for your big day. So whether this is for you or your partner, so you can give them a helping hand, hopefully we'll have some tips here that will help the whole process go a lot smoother and help you feel confident in it. If you're looking for a wedding dress, we also have a video on wedding dress shopping tips, which we will link below as well. But if you're in the market for a suit, you're in the right place.
So, top tip number 1 is start early. Now, this is something you might overlook. It's drummed into people when looking for wedding dresses, if they're ordering them from bridal shops, that you need to start early, especially if you're not getting off the peg, that it takes like 6 months for them to come generally, plus time for alterations. So don't think just because you're looking for a suit and you could potentially just go down the high street and find one you're after, that you don't need time. Start early. Begin shopping good few months before the wedding, especially if you know you want alterations or if you want something a bit more bespoke or custom. And if you're looking for rental or hire options for your suits, again, you need to be looking 2 to 3 months in advance for those, especially in peak season, because there's only going to be a limited supply and you're going to need certain measurements and sizes and things like that.
Yeah. So not quite as long as a wedding dress typically, but still not just a rock up and be fine. And so this does bring you to sort of the buying versus renting suits quandary. Obviously, like if you buy a suit, you then still got it afterwards, so it's a bit of a keepsake. If you're thinking you might want to wear it again, that might inform a little bit the sort of style you want to pick or the elements of the suit, waistcoats, this kind of thing that you may want or not want, if you're wanting just to rewear to get kind of all your money's worth. And obviously if you're buying, that gives you the option of tailoring as well, so finding that kind of the perfect fit for you. Whereas obviously with renting, the pro of that is that if you unlikely to feel like you're going to wear a suit particularly any time soon again, then obviously it's a cost savings there. You can maybe get something more high end than you might feel you would be able to buy outright, so that's a good way around that as well. If you're thinking more something maybe like a morning suit, like tails, that kind of thing, I guess how often you might get to wear that again in ordinary life might not be so high, so again, renting might be perfect for that. And if you're looking for more than just a suit for yourself, it's the whole wedding party perhaps, and maybe there's 6 plus of you, there's often group discount rates to be gotten from rental places as well, which is kind of worth factoring into your mental budget about whether you want to buy suits for people, if that's the route you're going down, or renting them. And one last note on the renting at this point is it's worth bearing in mind as well that you tend, different places will be different things, but roughly that you tend to be given the suits about 4 days before the wedding and have about 2 days to return them afterwards. I guess you can send someone else on your behalf if you need be, if you're right off on honeymoon and things, but something just to bear in mind whether you're kind of comfortable with that kind of arrangement.
So as with wedding dresses from bridal shops, alterations are that factor of time that you have to account for when ordering, and it's going to say,
especially in peak time.
Yes. So if you are buying your suit, again, you want to look your best on your wedding day, regardless of what you're wearing, and an off-the-peg suit might not necessarily fit you in the perfect way or the exact way that you want it. So alterations, that's where they come in. So again, allowing that extra time in your kind of buying process to allow that time for alterations, either at the place you're buying your suit from or at a tailor's elsewhere. Just so some small tweaks can make a huge difference to how the suit looks and fits and feels on the day, whether that's kind of hemming the trousers slightly or just adjusting kind of shoulders or sleeves, or just small tweaks can make a big difference when it comes to kind of properly fitting suit jackets and trousers and waistcoats and things like that.
Yeah, and it's your wedding suit. So yeah, I think there was ever a time where you think, oh no, it'd be fun. Like this I think is the time to kind of to go there. Yeah, and I can't. Sorry, I don't know if you said, but obviously, if in terms of the amount of time that takes, obviously, if your whole wedding party is getting the suits tailored as well, that's going to obviously take the company more time, like a month plus potentially. So yeah, in terms of the time factoring. Yeah, just think about how many suits you're getting them to do as well.
Yeah, so if you have got a large wedding party that you're kind of dictating the suits, wrangle them early, get those conversations started early, pin them down, because groups of people are notorious for being a bit flaky with the best will in the world. You need to, get organised.
Yeah. And then considering, like factoring in the theme of your wedding or the dress code that you think you kind of want to kind of set, whether that's a very sort of, whether you're out and out saying to your guests it's black tie or not, but just you and your partner are kind of setting the tone for the wedding in what you're wearing. And so, yeah, it's thinking about what you want to say with your suit, I guess. And yeah, what the theme is. And so that might be to do with like the level of, say, formality of the suit. So, are you going black tie, formal, semi-formal, casual even, and that somewhat depends obviously on the setting of your wedding, and coordinate what you're wearing with maybe the colours and the theme of the wedding.
And choosing the right fit. So although a suit, you might think a suit is a suit, there are lots of different styles of suit, irregardless of kind of tuxedo or morning suit, things like that. Just within a suit jacket, trousers, waistcoat type 3-piece suit, there's different styles there. So you've got like slim fit or tailored fit or classic fit, modern fit. You know what kind of style you have on a day-to-day basis, so maybe that can translate into the style of suit you might want to go for. So if you are a fan of a skinny jean on a day-to-day basis, or skinny t-shirt, slim fitting things, you might want to go for a slim fit suit. You want to feel comfortable in you on your wedding day.
Yeah, you don't want to, or if you're used to it just wearing like more casual fit, like suddenly going to and then you can end up like pulling at yourself all day, feeling uncomfortable. You might look back at your wedding photos in years to come, no matter which of the styles it is you switch to, like I think, oh, that just doesn't look like me, and I think, sometimes you might think, oh, it's a special day, I want to like mix things up and not just wear what I wear all the time. But I think if you kind of go with the style you wear all the time, but you're just elevating it, I think that's maybe a safer route to go, I think, in terms of, feeling like you. And then, I say, when you're looking back in years to come, kind of, I think that will make it more timeless for you. And then, obviously, there's fabrics of the suit as well, and the colours of the suit. So consider the season that you're getting married in and the environment. So obviously the fabric and potentially colours that you choose for a winter wedding in a British castle is going to be very different to the colours and the fabrics that you're going to choose to make your suit out of on Mexican beach, for example. Yeah, so
we'd probably certainly advise that anyway.
We would advise that, yes, 10%. Well, this is our tip, right, is to consider factoring that in. You don't obviously want to be boiling hot or freezing cold, on those days. The colours obviously are there's a bit more flex there, right? That's not super dictated, but winter times you might naturally lean more towards burgundies, navies, obviously black, navy work anytime, but those kind of richer, deeper colours. And in the sort of like sunnier months or the beach weddings, more, you can even go as far as beige, or if you're on the beach or something like that. So yeah, whole spectrum there. But yeah, if you're just kind of trying to think about where do I even start with this and you're just at a loss, like these are the kind of details to maybe think about to try and help you home in before you kind of land in the shop and look at the shop list and like,
Then thinking about your wedding party. So if there are a number of you in your wedding party, you might want to coordinate with them, whether that's everybody wearing the same suit, or if kind of groomsmen or other people in the wedding party wearing suits are choosing their own, you can still create a more coordinated, cohesive look if maybe they're all wearing the same tie or the same accessory or something like that. So you don't have to all have identical suits to still create that coordinated look. You can still look part of a wedding party just with the accessories, and then you can choose the suit that you want to have. Again, it's a bit like with bridesmaids, that you don't necessarily want to have like completely matching bridesmaid dresses. And mix and match has become a big trend in recent years. So why not for people in suits as well?
Yeah, because like I was saying with you before, in terms of like the cut, right, the slim modern, again, your groomsmen or whoever wearing the suits might also feel really comfortable or not comfortable in certain things. So yeah, that'll help them feel comfortable. But as long as you have, like Laura was saying, some element that draws them together, that will still then separate them from the guests that are also wearing suits, and so that they are part of the wedding party. And then, of course, your look goes beyond just the suit. You've got the shoes, you've got the tie, bow tie, no tie, controversial, cravat, if you're really going to push the boat up, your cufflinks, your pocket squares. So there's obviously lots of different elements that complete your look. And it might be that if you think you quite like the kind of the accessories, that maybe you feel like you maybe want a sort of more toned down suit, and you really want those things to be the things that pop. So yeah, I suppose don't think about your suit in isolation. Yeah, it's a cohesive look. So it might be that you think, oh, I want something going on, but maybe it's that you quite like a bit of a fancy shoe, and so you've gone for maybe a black suit, but then your shoes are actually a pop of colour in some way or something like that. So there's definitely different ways to bring your style in, and perhaps also the colour theme. With bringing the colour themes in, so I think we've all seen it, is where like the colour theme is, say, pink. So all the bridesmaids are there in matching pink dresses, and the suit wearers have got like a pink tie or like shiny pink tie, shiny pink waistcoat or something, because that's become the very kind of traditional standard way, I think, of bringing the colour theme across. But I think now weddings have started to kind of move away and evolve from that and bring it in more kind of subtle, interesting ways. So I'm not saying ignore the colour theme, but even if it's pink or whatever colour, that gets incorporated more subtly. So there might be a detail that's pink. So maybe you have a patterned tie and there's some pink somewhere in there, but it's not the colour. Like, it can be, don't get me wrong, go for it if that's what you want, but yeah, we're just saying a more elevated way of bringing in a colour theme. That can be also in like, maybe in your cufflinks, but obviously depending on the shirt that you get, maybe the shirt that they actually have the bit for the cufflinks to go through before you get too attached on something, or in the pocket square. Again, that could be a patterned thing going on that has some of the colour theme incorporated. Or as well, even now you can get these like floral pocket squares, which sit in the top pocket, but that's a kind of it's like a buttonhole, but it's now in the top pocket. We have a tutorial on how to make those yourself if you want to. Linked in the description box below. If you want to have a go. But again, the colour could come through the florals as well. Like hints of it, so not all just pink or something, but there's pops of it, so there's a nod to it, so people can almost unconsciously recognise the colour theme rather than it being an in-your-face colour theme. I think that's what I'm trying to say badly.
And once you've decided on your particular suit, and
well done.
Yes, well done. Decision made, tick off the to-do list. Very important thing, try it on before the wedding day. So whether if you've bought it or hired it, as soon as you get that suit, put it on. A few days before the wedding, try it on just to make sure everything's okay with it. If you've had alterations, you'll have had a fitting potentially, but just to make sure all the alterations are exactly how you wanted them to be. If you are hiring your suit, make sure you've just been given the right one. Mistakes happen. This will be a few days before the wedding when you potentially pick it up. You want to make sure you've got the right size trousers so you've got something to wear on your wedding day.
Yeah, so literally the second you get home, if you've even left the shop without putting it on,
just check.
Yeah.
Check again.
Yes, because as well, I know we've advised, like, you know, start early, all this kind of thing, and appreciate like weights change and all that kind of thing as well. So yeah, you don't want to be walking down the aisle and your trousers falling down or any of that. That wouldn't be good. Or realise in the morning of the wedding or the day before. So this is where we're like, at least a few days before. So as we said, the high suits, maybe you only get them 4 days before, which is why you'd get on it so that you've got time to rectify it without pulling your hair out.
And then on the wedding morning, you do not want to be there ironing creases out of your shirts, suits, all that jazz. Have it all hung up, ready to go, have it all steamed, ready, so there's no nasty accidents on the morning with an iron.
Burn marks. It squirts out water that's not like, you know, especially if you're in a hotel, it's not your iron. Oh, the disasters.
Yeah, so just don't allow that to happen. Do it the day before at least.
Yes.
Have it all ready, waiting for you, so it'll all go smoothly, so you can just have a leisurely morning getting ready on the day.
Yes. So, we hope that has given you some like confidence for your suit shopping experience and a bit more of an idea of maybe of what you're kind of going looking for, and helping you feel prepared for even on the day as well. So if you liked that video, please like it, and of course don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss more content like this.